Hi and welcome back to Sarah's Texture Crafts. We've been looking at the spindle and how to draw on from our leader thread, and in today's video what I'd like to do is show you how to attach a fibre end to a fibre end. There's going to become a point where you've spun so far that you've come to the end of your fibre and you want to draw on from the next drafted nest. It's fairly simple. It's very similar to the way that you fed on with your leader thread, but what you need to do is create your two ends to sandwich your new piece of fibre into. So what we do is we split the top of the fibre that's coming off of our spindle. So we just split that into two, then we put our fibre in between, our new piece of fibre in between, hold those tight with the new drawn on fibre. So exactly the same way as we did with the leader threads, what you need to do is kind of pull those up so that you haven't got any bizarre sort of ends that could come off and cause a slub, like that could come off and cause a slub. So just draw that up ever so slightly, draft that a bit further, so you have a smooth yarn. Again, you can park and draft, or if you're standing up, just use the normal spinning method and set your twist, it's not going very smoothly there, into your yarn. Draw your fingers up, let go and twist. Draw your fingers up, let go and twist. Draw your fingers up, let go and twist. And once you've got so far, you unhook the fibre, the yarn from the twist zone, from your hook, wind it around the shaft, place your yarn through the wedge in your whirl, up through the hook, place your spindle down, start spinning if you like at that point, and then continue along the new length of your fibre and continue on like that. And that's how you spin using a spindle. Now, I did talk about in earlier videos on how to draft onto your wheel or your spindle a bit further. So you've taken your drafted nest, which is just around your wrist there, and taking it to the wheel and drafting it a bit further so that you get something that's much finer. At the moment our yarn, as you can see, is quite thick because literally we've taken it from the top, we've split it into four, we've pre-drafted it into a nest, and we've just set the twist into it. We've not drafted it any further to try and make it any finer. You can make this yarn fibre, and this is how you do it whilst you're at the spindle. Once your yarn is through your hook and ready to spin again, I use my thumb and my finger from my other hand that's been spinning the spindle to hold the top of the twist zone tight. This gives you, or make sure that the fibre coming into the twist zone is completely free from twist, so that you're able to draft it and pull it to the width rather that you require. So you just literally draft that as you did with the drafted nest. So you can pull it out as fine as you like, and you'll find that the finer you pull it out, the finer the yarn you produce. So you then drop and spin, and then you can tease that literally as the spindle's spinning. And go from there. And you'll find that, I'm not sure if you can see that there, but you have an area of very thick yarn where we started, and very thin yarn where we've pre-drafted and then drafted at the spindle. So you would just continue to spin that in exactly the same way. Draw it up through the hook, put your finger at the top of the spin zone, draft a little bit further your fibre, so draft a little bit further, place your finger and your thumb at the top of the area where you want to spin and start twisting the spindle, and there you go, move up, and again you can draft as you move up and so on, and you'll see that that fibre really is very fine compared to the thick fibre that you were originally spinning. And that's how you draft onto the spindle from a pre-drafted nest. In our next video we'll be looking at plying on the spindle, and in future videos I'd like to show you how to look at blends and maybe spin up blends and hand dyeds in ways that you hadn't maybe thought about previously. So mixing colours, textures, we'll be looking at art bats and lots of different things, so please do come back and take a look. Thank you very much.